the Bull, Rambo, Pyro Tracks. Shout to my man Bundles, man. Y'all already know what it is, B. Let's get into this joint called Fury by my man Pyro Tracks. Grind season, baby.
That's it.
Tracks. Look, I'd rather throw these trash niggas in the ocean. Let it sink in, always deep. Steal a cat quick, wear your strong safety. Palomala, the dish clean. Palmala, fuck arms, your hands too small to palm olives. All you peasants is extra virgins, so stay away of the pan pot. The man hot, cause he keep flossing his bands, drops brands like snitches won't envy that man's spot. D's ran knock down doors, playing Glocks. All they gonna do is sing a song, how them slugs let this land chop. Now that's the fence you shouldn't play along. I'll fund someone to find your wifey, beta wrong. Why? Cause that's something I can spell. I won't put it in the mouth, but that's something I can nail. If you ain't paying, I'm spraying the clip, propelling quick. Bucket to a rhythm is something that I capella with. My intellect has been a threat since little steps, shots from the intratech. Go in a vest, in a chest. Listen, I got too much talent. Some of y'all niggas be riding too much fouls. Being creative for y'all is new, sub-average. So just admit it that you could use some practice. Try blocking my plans or try blocking these hands. You gon' be looking like the June bug challenge, nigga. Too clean, my rap style's from the boot up. All white, you would think my style is from the Ku Klux. Bull rock pace, you're dead if I lean. Sword on face, your head in the beam. And with this power range, out the whip hard, I can only come off you in a powder can. It's been a minute, beloved. How the arms is out, Tommy with the dagger. One call, a monster's out. You need a wizard for pyro to put the mic down. If you gon' shoot it, then prove it, just do it right now. Niggas was loud until I brought the pipe down. So crooked, it ain't just a brand, it's a lifestyle. Nigga.
Okay, we're back. We're back on this Wednesday. It is September. What's the exact date? Nobody knows the exact date.
September the 13th.
September 13th. Like I said, we back again. My So Crooked Opinion podcast. As you know, we come on here every Wednesday and every Sunday. We talk about current events in the culture. You know what I'm saying? And also give our unapologetic So Crooked opinion. I'm here with my sister, Stiletto Diva, my beautiful
Hola.
wife,
Boob
Risque.
adjustment. Ow, and he said it right.
He definitely called me his wife, but I hear him.
You're not my wife?
You
Listen.
said wife.
I said
She
right?
said the R.I.
No,
Right.
she's been drinking. I definitely said wife.
He definitely did. Why you put my business out there?
Right. Why did you just do that?
She tried to say I said wife wrong.
He said right.
So you gonna put out like she drinking on a Wednesday?
I mean, I am, but that's
She
not the point.
grown.
That's not the point.
I mean, hey, you know, it is what
It's only Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Let's get us started.
We are here. We're gonna start with the topic that was put in the chat. If you're not in the chat, make sure y'all subscribe and go to Facebook and type in My So Crooked Opinion so you could join the My So Crooked Opinion Facebook group. We are in there all I wanna say all day, but we're in there most of the time.
Nah, we're not in there all day.
We're talking to the fans.
be
We're getting different topics from the fans and things like that. So make sure y'all subscribe and follow us on Facebook, and you know what I'm saying, we will give you a shout out. There was something that was very interesting that was said today that I said for a fact that I wanted to touch on, so I'm just going to lead into the show with that. I would label it gender gestures.
Yep.
Is that
That's valid.
Here he go.
all right?
No, it's not.
It's valid.
Gender gestures.
It's not called gender gestures. That's you just made that up.
I did.
Yeah, he did.
What would you label it?
It's not gender
All that
gestures.
shit.
All right, so cool. So the situation is that, you know, Risque put in the chat that men that say things like period and what was the other one?
And that part.
And that part.
Shit is goofy to me.
Is that a gender-based statement or is that universal? I'm gonna start with you, Larry.
So, period. Okay. It depends on how he's saying.
Yeah.
If he's out here like that, or if he's doing the period thing, like, you know, I've heard men say period to get their point across, point blank period. That's the
Nah,
end of
you
it,
say
period.
point blank period. No,
Like
you
you
don't
can
take it like period.
listen, how live, peep the sentence, peep the sentence. I said what I said, bitch, period.
No.
Listen,
Saucy.
hold on. This is two
Let
different
your
sentences.
turn.
I'm gonna
Let your
say this,
turn.
I'm
You
gonna say the
just
same
said with your
thing.
whole hand. That was
Wait,
that
that
was
hold on. Give
Hold
me a
on.
minute. I
sorry.
said what I said, period. Right?
That's saucy.
I think the hand
Okay,
thing is
wait.
too much.
Hold
That
on.
neck roll
Now
is
that's what I
different.
said. Period. Period.
That makes sense. But that whole neck roll is
I don't know.
Right.
I
So
mean,
men can say period, but don't be neck rolling. Don't be trying to flip imaginary hair. Don't do any of that
oh.
shit if you don't want to be labeled extra feminine.
all right. So now I'm gonna play devil's advocate with that one. Men don't want women saying things like, "Yo, my nigga,"
My dog.
"Yo,
My God.
King."
Yo, suck my dick,
You know what
nigga.
My
I'm saying?
nigga.
Niggas don't like that type of shit. So now, for men to take on the role of statements that women created, let's just call it what it is. Women created that. Women
He
created
said women
period.
created
We
it.
didn't.
The whole period,
It
like
was
all that.
definitely, it was definitely, it was definitely gay men that did it.
Okay,
Okay.
all
We
right. I
that
stand corrected. Gay men did it. Cool.
even fuck shut up, Jameer.
Let's go to. Nah, listen. I'm glad she said that. Let's go there with that notion.
They
Let's
want to
go
be
there with that
bitchy.
notion. If a gay man started the whole terminology, period, and now heterosexual men are adopting the terminology, isn't that, especially if
Whew.
you consider yourself to be a heterosexual man? I want to make sure I'm clear on this. Does that not put you in a space where there's the gray area?
Nigga, that shit black is like a motherfucker.
I'm asking.
That
I'm asking. Like
That
think
shit
of
is nasty.
like for me, I'm a heterosexual male.
That you are.
If I come out of nowhere and be like, yo, you heard what I said? Period.
Oh, I'm gonna talk about you. I'm gonna talk
I
about
mean,
your
if
ass.
you put in hand gestures and shit,
I'm gonna talk about your ass. You hear me? Oh, can I get a little? Can I get a little swag?
Leto,
I mean, a little
could you
swag.
could you sit
you
there and honestly, me being your brother, and you hear me in the midst of an argument, and I end the argument with period. That's not gonna have you tilting your head at me.
Heavy on the
that's what
period.
I'm saying. How you say it. It's the
Right.
delivery.
Yo, my man, you heard what I said. Period.
No, that
No,
shit sound
it
dumb.
No,
doesn't.
that was
No,
fine. No,
listen.
because that
You
was
have to think about it.
fine.
You have to think about it.
That was fine. That was fine.
Okay. All right. All right. Now, what was the other terminology? So we got period down. Cool.
She,
What was the other
um,
terminology?
That part.
That part.
that
Perfect.
part.
Now,
That shit is
I
zesty like a
explained to her.
motherfucker.
I
That
explained.
part is not bad.
Yes, the
That's
fuck
not.
it
That's
is.
not
Listen,
bad.
I explained to my wife. I got a member of my team. Shout out to my members from Atlanta, OG Burner and Dom J.
Hey, bro.
And OG Burner says that part.
Hey y'all.
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
like
He says it with a more southern accent, but you could tell that's something is
But it's a
flowing.
southern thing. I started hearing that in the South first.
And let's be clear, he
Right.
also
It's
speaks
it's a, it's a form of
so let's be
agreeing.
good. These
It's a form of
women,
agreeing.
let me
My
explain to you.
Carolina people talk
The
like that.
reason
My South
why
Carolina people talk like that.
I said it was because I saw a post, and as I read a few of the comments, which so happened to be a man, when he wrote that part with an exclamation point, I just could not go on throughout the rest of my day saying, "Bitch,
Was it
get
on
the fuck
Facebook?
out." Yes,
Was it on Facebook?
yes.
Okay, now do you know
Why
that
did you?
Facebook automatically puts that up
What you mean?
with the 100%? Like somebody
No, it
makes
wasn't.
write a
No, it
post.
wasn't a percent. It was just an exclamation point. He wrote that shit in.
Oh, okay. Because now sometimes when I'm agreeing with somebody something that somebody wrote, you know how they have like almost it already
No, it
anticipated
wasn't that. But
phrases.
the
So
reason
I
why
just click that part and it'll put the 100 after it. Like I don't
no,
have to type no more on Facebook.
I just could not like due to the the comment. If I swear I can't remember the comment, but due to the fact that there was a few men who was agreeing with the post, but he wrote
Mhm.
that part. I could not go throughout the rest of my day without clicking on this man's profile.
So you had to
It bothered
investigate.
I
you.
did. I did.
You had to investigate.
I
It bothered you.
did.
Was he gay?
That's a good question. Was he gay?
I would say that he was fluently a backdoor.
Fluently a backdoorer.
What's a fluid black door?
I
Hold
don't
up.
even know
Wait a
what that
minute.
means. What's a fluent backdoorer?
Wait.
I wait for that
Was he
motherfucker.
Either he
packing
gay
peanut
or he
butter or
not.
not? Like, was he packing peanut butter or not?
Okay. All right. So all right. Cool. So now that makes sense then.
No,
If
it
the
don't.
man is a gay man and he used that
He's
terminology,
a male. You are not a man.
nah, check it. Here's the thing.
I'm
In
listening.
2023, we gotta understand that, you know, people have their own situations, whether it be
Okay.
gay, lesbian, trans, bi, whatever, all everything is under the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
The
He's under the
terminology that you,
spectrum. When you say under the spectrum, that's autism. Under the umbrella.
all
That's
right,
bullshit.
under the umbrella,
Spectrum.
excuse me, under the umbrella. So now, with that being said, it's like it only becomes an eyebrow raiser when you're a heterosexual male using terminologies that was based on femininity. Let me put it like that.
Okay.
If the
But
terminology is
sometimes it
based,
fits into a sentence.
But you could still be a gay
I
man and be masculine. You don't have to be a gay
Masculine.
man and
Yeah, I
be
know a lot of
super
masculine gay
fucking
men.
flamboyant like a girl.
no, I'm not saying that you got to be
So that's why when
flamboyant,
I saw it,
but would
yeah.
you think that the masculine gay man would say period?
No.
That's what I'm getting at. It's all about, what you desire or what you consider yourself to be in this day and age. Because,
I
like
don't
I
know.
said,
Period is like
I fucking consider
period is
myself
gender
to be a
fluid.
doorknob. Now what? Like what?
you said period is gender fluid.
It's gender fluid.
I'm not
Like
gonna lie.
you
If I
can.
see,
Up on her.
if my son came to me and had a statement, he ended it with period. I'm kind of looking at him like, yo, my man,
I mean, that's how he was passionate about what the hell he said. Period.
why you can't say facts?
Oh my god.
Right? But wait, yo, what the fuck happened to yo? That's a Snapple fact. What the fuck happened to that?
Facts.
Snapple facts is
Hold up.
not a thing
Hold
for
up.
me. I like
You
facts.
got
I like
you got
factory.
let's break down
That
all
was
the
a
let's
Snapple
break
fact.
down all the quote
I like
unquote
track
hand
facts.
the fist down. You had facts. You had Snapple facts. You had on God. You
What?
had
Word to my
on my
mother.
on my mama. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? All these
On my
facts.
mama.
Right. All my
Right.
dead, all that other
On
shit.
my dead homies. All that good shit.
What?
Now
Word to me. Right.
now niggas is going to period. Nah,
Period.
You turned to a whole period. Like what?
Period.
No.
I gotta agree with you on that one. I can't I
What?
Know
can't
what I'm
see
saying? Know
I
what I'm
can't
saying?
see
But
Period.
no,
Period.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can say that. That's more urban and hood.
Come on. No, that shit is what's right.
period ain't urban.
Show it
No,
is.
it's not.
You
What
a fucking fool.
you show me where anywhere on a news
English.
station,
English.
on a TV
English.
show, or anything like that that is not urban that says period.
Wait, before you answer that, you do realize on the news they have now showcasing the black women. So yes, they do say period as far as the black women, none of the white ones.
But that's still urban at the end of the day.
I just
I'm
want
saying
I just want to be
outside of
clear
the
on it because
urban
she likes
umbrella.
you know that she likes to fucking find loopholes and not to
Nah,
hell.
true and do, true and do.
Not to
All
hell.
right.
Mm-hmm.
O- Outside of the urban umbrella, who says period?
Nobody.
I
So
hear
that
a
fits
lot of motherfuckers
that
on,
fits under us, right? So
huh?
the terminology
Yeah.
period would fit under us,
You
meaning like the
Marky.
culture, the
Let him
black
slide your
community.
ass over and let him sit down.
Right.
No,
Might as well just let them cop a seat.
he's not copping a seat. He's going
Yo,
into the
listen,
next
for
room.
everybody
He's
that's
not
watching, that is our unofficial
participating.
member of the podcast.
He's not
Salute
the
to my man
unofficial
right
member
there.
of the
That's
podcast.
Big Rick. That's Big Rick.
But listen,
He's not.
I'm glad that you brought that up because these are all terminologies that us as a because I say it all the time that our platform is for us, for the culture, for
Ooh,
for people
FUBU, for us, by us.
pretty much.
For
You know what I'm
us,
saying?
by us.
So now
Fubu.
us talking as far as the culture is concerned, black community, culture, whatever you want to label it, that terminology falls under us. It's not a universal term. Everybody doesn't use it. But at the end of the day, that terminology is for us, but it's in a certain sector of the quote unquote umbrella, like
But
you
it
just said.
crosses over. It crosses over.
Yeah, but then
I don't think it could cross over. Period. I don't think it could cross over the heterosexual man.
Yes.
No, it
It
doesn't.
it is.
Not
It
yet.
has.
Rick said no, so it's a no.
Rick didn't say
Listen,
no.
I'm gonna put this clip up later, so the comments is
He
gonna
said
come in.
no.
But
For your household, he said no, so it's a no.
by all means,
Wearing it
think
wrong.
about it. Can you picture your son coming to you and
Yeah.
telling you, period,
Jeremiah says a lot of shit.
He has said the word.
in a serious manner or joking with you?
Yeah, when he's mad about something,
Multiple.
he's like, Mom, I don't want to hear it anymore. That's the end of it. Period.
But you know Jeremiah, he's different. He
Now,
does.
see the
Right.
way she just now look, the way she just put it, I could kind of get that.
No.
That's why I'm saying, like, that's
I
what
think it's all about how you say
he's
it.
all
'Cause
male.
Cause
Yeah,
now
it's
when she
all
just
about how
said
you
that, I
say
can
it.
hear Jeremiah. I can hear
But I
Jeremiah
don't
saying that.
see no grown ass man like mine. Like, is it weird that I can see when somebody is saying something? Is that like like a movie?
Nah, you could definitely. I
And I
I
don't
do that
see
all
no
the time. I can't
exclamation.
see.
I don't see no exclamation. Like I don't see three exclamations behind it. I see one big ass one, but not no three exclamation points.
Like for me, my favorite one is facts.
Yes, you
That's my favorite one. Facts.
right. If you get him in his feelings, he'd be like snap back.
Right. If I feel
That's his
if
shit.
I feel cold heartedly, I'm
Huh?
100% right with what I'm
Oh
saying.
no.
What?
Snap a fact.
No, that's not what it is.
I'm
You
not
said
saying.
no. You
I'm
said
not.
9 times out of 10. That's your favorite shit.
Yeah,
You do
nine
that.
times out of 10, all the
9 times
terminology.
out of 10.
And
Right.
then what's the other one? Oh,
9 times
one
out
thing
of
for sure.
10.
Wait, no. His real one is one thing for certain, two things for sure. Oh, he love that shit. Oh, that's his favorite right there.
All right. So now with
I
us,
thought this was going someplace completely different. I'm not gonna hold you. This
nah, that this
conversation.
this is the first topic. We got more. We got more.
Nah,
We got more.
nah.
But this was the one that caught my eye in the group because I was like, that does make a little bit of sense. But now that I hear your side, Leto, I can
I say
understand
what
that
the
side
hell I
too.
want to say. Like, depending on the day you catch me, I sound like an absolute hood nigga.
But
Wait.
see, look, even even
Oh,
even
I
men
got
got it.
it.
Even men got an issue with that because like even like when women say things like my nigga or SMD and things like that.
You know, that's a part. I don't say suck my dick, but you know that's a
Yes,
part of
you
my
do.
lingo, my nigga, my guy.
No. Little, you are such a
I say suck my dick. When the last time I told somebody suck my dick?
You
it's been a
definitely have.
while,
You
but you
definitely
definitely
have.
use that shit.
I was probably hot, like in the moment, trying to be disrespectful. I was probably
Wait.
intentionally trying to be wild disrespectful.
So Zenobia
I say
said
suck my dick.
yes.
But she got to get confirmation.
Rick said yes.
She got to get confirmation.
Oh, okay. Like he heard me say it. I don't know. You know, I be blacking out,
Right. So
so that shit
Zenobia
don't
said
count. If I say it
sometimes
when
your
I'm
love
angry,
language is what you're used to.
She said
oh
what?
shit.
She said
But wait,
sometimes your love
that's
language
her
is
love
what you're used
language,
to.
My
right, my nigga? That's my
nah.
love language.
But now, last episode you did say that. Sometimes you was like you want a little rough neck, a little round edges.
Yeah, but you're not
You be ready for
like
Yeah.
that.
I can't see myself getting ready to be lovey dovey or intimate with you. You be like,
Oh no.
yeah, my nigga, let's go.
I
What?
ain't gonna front that ruins
Nah, I don't talk like
I
that.
wait, no, real shit. I've done that, and he
Like
be like,
when he
"What y'all
snatching the
doing?"
covers, like he snatching all the covers. I'm like, my nigga, what you doing?
Oh yeah, we do that.
That's
We gotta,
different.
yeah. That you having a conversation with your significant other. You like, my nigga, what you doing? What's going on?
First of all,
Well,
Little,
that's because he is
you like
quote
him.
unquote your nigga.
That's my nigga. Like, if your significant other is not your nigga, like,
Can I say
what are we
something?
really doing?
Can I say
What?
something that's completely off topic?
God.
Yo,
What?
Little, you like him.
I like him.
You like him.
I like him.
So wait, if
You
you
like
say the
him.
word my nigga, that mean you like us?
No, I'm talking about every time she look up, it's got that little gazy eye.
Oh, we already. Oh, you
I
missed.
do.
Oh, you missed. Oh, you. Nah, there was one episode we spoke on that.
Yes,
We spoke
girl.
on that. I gotta go back and listen to it, but we
Nah.
spoke on that.
I'm about to
Yeah.
go punch a
Right
baby in the
there.
face.
But listen.
Shut up.
So now, for everybody that's watching, we're gonna put this in the group later. You can also comment if you watch this show in its entirety later on. Is there gender specific terminologies?
Specific.
That's it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Now, Moving on to the next topic.
Yes, sir.
Um, there was a video that you risky had bring to my attention with this football coach.
Oh yes,
I
yes.
gotta be gangster, Christopher. When I start feeling soft or somebody points out that I'm being a little bit soft, I gotta
Listen,
deck a baby or trip a
now,
old person
But
because
that's
I'm a
what you look
gangster.
like right now. You look like a baby in the face.
so
Because
now look, we go, we,
We're gonna move on.
we're not gonna put that on the hot
moving
seat.
on. Yeah, we're not talking about my business.
um,
Sorry.
there was a football coach
Who was wilding.
that had some very choice words for one of his players.
That's a cute way of putting that.
All right, you want to say you violated him? You want to say that?
He definitely
It
did
was a
violate a
level
little
of
bit.
it
But
was
I have
to
something to say
me
about that.
it was beyond violation. Like I feel like his parents, whoever his family and you gotta go see that coach.
All right.
I don't
Now
care
for
what
me,
they
I
say.
got mixed feelings. I got mixed feelings because I'm a person that is a very heavy advocate for tough love and being stern, especially when it comes to boys. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, I say it all the time. Remember I told you before, like don't pay I don't pay attention to the aggression, I pay attention to the words. So yes, he was talking reckless. I'm not even gonna sit here and take that away from him. But there was key words that he was using in him being reckless. He was like saying, "Oh, you want to be a gangster."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or you want to be tough
Right.
and things like that. So I feel like he was basically
Trying to put him.
challenging
Mm-hmm.
his quote unquote gangster because maybe he was doing something outside of the team sport that the coach didn't like, because he said in his apology that he hold his players to a certain level of
I understand that.
maturity and things like that. So
Right.
for me, it's like, was he spazzing on him like that to show him like, yo, you need to chill, and if you want to be gangster for real, then get gangster with somebody that's going to be on that? Because let's be clear, in high
No.
school, for me, in high school, most of the time the gangsters don't really pick on other gangsters. They pick on the weak, especially in high school. They pick on the weak. So in the midst of him, quote unquote, from what the coach is saying, being gangster, and he found out about it, he's like, "Oh, you want to be gangster for real? Show me that you a gangster." And the fact that he didn't move proved that you wasn't a gangster.
That's
So what he was
bullshit.
trying to do was show you, like,
No.
him talking to him like that was to show him like, yo, outside of these walls, yeah, you may be tough behind these walls, but the world is real. This is how somebody that is a gangster outside
But
would really talk to you.
I'm not here for it.
but did you see how all the kids in the video, right? Did
Hmm.
you realize that none of them were reacting to him wilding out? That's a normal talk. That's a normal conversation. He's been talking like that to them because nobody was offended. One of the homies was sitting there still playing a video game.
Because it wasn't
They
addressed
didn't
to them.
blink.
It was addressed to one
Let
player.
me okay.
But let me tell you something. When it's in a heightened environment, if somebody is wilding out, you tuned in like, yo, why is he wilding like this? Nobody batted a
Regardless of
lash
who's
at
right or wrong.
All right.
right.
He's the adult
That's
in
something
the
that he been
situation.
doing. That they're used to that behavior from him. It just
Yeah,
happened to be
because
caught on
it might be a
camera.
situation where I can only use myself for experience. Now I'm gonna use myself. When I was playing basketball, our coach used to talk to us reckless, and I'm talking about reckless, especially if we was out in the world doing something that we had no business doing, and he found out about it. He was checking us off top. Oh, you want to? Oh, you think you tough? You ain't tough. You's a little bitch ass. Like he was doing that type of shit to us. You know what I'm saying? And at first we was like, yo, who the hell he think he talking to, and this, that, and the third. But then when he explained himself after the fact, and I think that's what we're missing here. I think the coach didn't. Yeah, you could talk like that to him to gain his attention and let him know that he ain't what he think he is, but then also have a backstory behind it to let him know, like, I'm only talking to you like this because I actually care about you and I love you and I don't want you to go down
That's
that
like me
path.
punching you in the face and telling you that I love you. I'm not interested.
Fathers do that shit all the
Would you
time.
let him talk
Think
to
of,
your kid
think
like
about,
You
that?
think that shit is okay?
but think about it. How many videos we seen when sons join gangs or think they super tough and they fathers beat the shit out of them to let them know that you're
I
really
think
not
that y'all
that.
keep forgetting that
So
when it
if he
comes to
talked to your child
children,
like that,
let's be very clear. You're talking about a child who does look up to you like a father figure, especially if you're in sports. They are never going to fucking swing on you. Let's be clear on that. And the one time you did try that, your father put you on your ass. And in the circumstances of especially football players,
Mm-hmm.
rude.
hello, we're on a show.
They're not going to ever swing on you. You got kids like you We got kids like you that'll pop on their motherfucking parent, pop on their coach, X, Y, and Z, and they usually end up in a fucked up situation. But those that don't do that,
And they don't win.
Yeah, I fucked up. Yeah, I fucked up. You ain't gotta do all that extra screaming and shit. Cause he could have respectfully pulled that boy to the side, told him how he felt without embarrassing him. Cause guess what? The kid who recorded that shit was uncomfortable. Cause mind you, he probably been doing that shit. But the nigga who recorded that was hella uncomfortable.
Now,
and it needed to be televised.
Now, can I ask you a question?
doing.
I hear you, and this is going to be my answer. Well, not my answer, my opinion. It's not a fact. We in society right now are complaining about how these kids out here are just lawless. They don't respect anything or anybody or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, at least for me, how I grew up and how a couple of guys I know that are stand-up individuals grew up, we had men in the neighborhood that treated us like that to keep us in line. We had men like what that
is that okay though?
To me, it is, because at the end of the day, that kept
is
a
that
lot
okay?
of us. For me, I believe it is, because that kept us out of a lot of bullshit. Where there was things where the people that actually didn't listen to those said individuals are now doing football numbers in jail, dead, and things like that. So for me, this is just my opinion. I feel like, yes, maybe he took it a little too far, but that's normal dialogue when you're trying to get through to somebody that's hard-headed.
I got a question. You don't like being screamed at as a child?
Is it okay?
We know that it's not okay. You don't like I can only speak for you. You don't like being screamed at. You don't like being talked down to. You don't like these things. But how are you saying that it's okay for somebody to do that to a child who has no one else but the person that's fucking
It does
down
something to anyone getting yelled at.
I don't like
it affects your nervous system.
I don't like being talked down to, but I will say this, that I am not a stranger to being reprimanded. If I'm doing something wrong, if I'm doing something blatantly wrong, and one of my homies or a big homie or somebody come and reprimand me, think about it. I went through this situation with my big homie. We're not going to mention his name, but you know who I'm talking about. My big homie. He's able to talk to me like that. And I'm not going to take it like he's trying to embarrass me, especially if I did something wrong.
If he did it in amongst the motherfucking people, yes, the fuck you would.
If I did something wrong and I got checked, I got checked.
I'm sorry, that's bullshit. Because you're a grown-ass man now. You're not letting nobody talk to you like that.
As far as me being grown, but I'm saying we talking about a school team aspect. And that's why I said I use my own experiences of me being on a basketball team. I didn't play football. I played basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I can only use my own experience.
There are ways to encourage without using that. He wilded out on that kid.
But let me ask you a question.
He wilded out on that kid. I think there's ways of conveying what you're trying to say.
Could have potentially saved his life. Because what if he didn't have that quote unquote G checking and he went outside and just kept playing gangster?
He could have still had that G checking and still went the other fucking way.
Because we've fallen into the narrative that black kids only respect violence.
I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Okay. I don't care about none of that. Because respectfully, depending on the circumstances, because we already know how sports is, basketball, football, hockey, whatever. Depending on that child's circumstances, his parents ain't even in the fucking picture. He damn near probably living at that coach's house 9 times out of 10. We already know how that works. So he has nowhere else to go. So even if he felt violated, where he gonna go?
Christopher said a G check is a G check.
We don't know his circumstances, but based on what we see, and we
are y'all reading the comments?
Yeah, Christopher, he's talking about how he was a basketball coach and
he said a G check is a G check.
Read it in its entirety.
He said a G check is a G check. That was definitely a G check.
Yeah,
I want to know what occurred before.
That was a standard G check.
Okay.
But you can't give somebody a G check. You can't G check somebody on a 1-to-1.
Go ahead, let him. Sorry.
You can't G check somebody 1-on-1. You got to do it in front of people.
No, you could G check one.
I mean, he could have. All right, I hear y'all on that. I hear y'all. If that's where y'all want to go with that, I'm not mad at that. He could have did it in a private setting. I'm not even going to sit here and argue that part. Y'all got that one. I'm just saying, as far as what he said to him, depending on what was going on and him trying to let him know that you was portraying something that you're not, and him talking to him like that was letting him know, like, yeah, I'm saying this to you without actually touching you. Them motherfuckers outside this
He
door.
looked like he
Going,
wanted to fight.
but hold
He
on.
wanted to fight.
If you a real
He wanted
gangster,
to
you would have
fight.
got up. If you was a real gangster, you would have got up.
And I feel like that is a gray area.
He's a
because real
child.
gangsters
Bundles, he's
sometimes
a
don't do
child.
shit like that. Like,
He's a
I feel
child.
If you a
He's a-
gangster, no,
but he's
if
a
you a
child.
gangster, like you said, if this nigga is a gangster, because that's what the coach was saying, like you want to be a gangster. If he's a gangster, gangsters ain't letting nobody talk to them crazy. I don't give a fuck who it is. Outside of their mama.
He's a
But my
I'm trying to-
mother is an authoritative figure. So for this young boy, he could be a gangster all day, pop with the best of them. But his coach is a level of authoritative figure for him. So he's gonna
Right.
respect him regardless of what he says.
Teachers don't get popped. Teachers don't get snubbed.
Nigga don't- oh.
I'm asking you.
That's not what I'm talking about.
But what I'm saying to you, listen to what I'm saying to you. You saying he's an authoritative
Oh,
figure.
you're talking
I
about
hear you.
that.
Gangsters are gonna do gangster shit. They don't
That's
give a fuck who it is.
That's bullshit. That's
And we
bullshit.
done seen it time and time again.
No, those
even
are not
even my
gangsters, and you
school.
know
All
that.
right, check it.
Those
Even
are
my
pussies
school.
who do shit like
Check
that.
it, even-
Those is not gangster. That's a dumbass little boy, little girl who happened to be able to have a gun on them, and that's what happened.
But it happens.
But they're not gangsters though.
And that's what the coach is trying to explain to him. He's not a gangster.
That doesn't make any sense.
The coach is
somebody-
trying
I
to
don't
explain
think
that to
that
him.
Somebody
his
can be a
delivery was
gangster.
all wrong. His delivery was
Somebody can
absolutely
be a
wrong.
gangster. Somebody could be the quote unquote idea of a gangster and never show that gangster side to their mama, their grandmama, their kids, their spouse, their coaches. They could be a gangster all day.
Right.
I
They
feel
could
like
do that.
I feel
I
like
mean,
the
never
coach,
seen no
the
gangster
coach
yet.
just did that to let him know, like, this is the term. If you want to play the gangster role, this is the terminology that you're gonna get outside these walls. And on top of that, they're gonna wind up putting their hand. I didn't even put my hands on you. I'm just giving you the
My
verbiage.
thing is,
If you can't
my
handle the
thing
verbiage,
is,
hold on.
my thing
I hear you.
is,
Hold on. Just let me get this out. If you can't handle the verbiage, because mind you, this verbiage I'm giving you in this room with your teammates and all that, this is what's waiting for you outside.
And somebody outside, I don't
So
care about,
now,
I'm
if you
sure
can't
fucking
take that
popping their
from
mouth.
me, and you know for a fact that I'm 9 times out of 10 not going to touch you, how you going to handle that when somebody talking to you like that and they guaranteed to touch you?
But they're not guaranteed to, because guess what? Gangsters
He
outside
thought
of
he
their
was gonna get
protective
touched.
space will fucking let you have it.
That's touching.
can I also
You're not
say,
letting
I
it.
also want to say, I
Mhm.
think the fact that the coach was white had a lot to do with it. Would the reaction be the same if his coach was black,
Yup.
talking to
No, I
another
wouldn't
black
fuck with
kid?
none of
You
that.
think?
I don't think
I'm
so.
asking. Do
I
you
don't think
think
so.
that the
I would. I would.
So-
I have a problem. As a parent, I have a problem with that.
All right, let me
I
ask you a
think the
question.
outrage,
Let me
I
ask you a
think a lot
question.
of the outrage
You
is
be at
because
Dylan's
he's a white
practices all
man
the time,
talking to
right?
a black boy like that.
Coach is not saying that to them, but you've seen some incidents when they're not paying attention. The coach a dead ass sling a ball at their head.
Right.
You
They
don't have
be
a problem
wilding.
with
The
that?
coaches be wilding.
So how is it that you got a problem with him talking reckless versus somebody actually throwing a basketball at your child's head?
Because one thing I know for sure, I know for a fact, not that it's a speculation, I know for a fact that the coach is not going to hit them. He is not trying to hurt them. He's
No, it
trying to
shouldn't
get
be
their
done.
attention. He is deliberately doing it over their head. He knows for sure that this is not the case. Now, the incident with this man, you made your business to say what you said to him. It's not like you danced around the words. It's not like you danced around what you were
But
trying
he
to
did
say.
touch him, like you said. The coach did. The coach deliberately did not touch him. I'm only going by what you said.
I'm not going. One is a physical situation. One is verbiage. Let's be clear on that. The coach, we know for sure that when he throws that basketball, he is not intending ever to touch them. They know that. It's a fucking attention grabber.
That shit get pretty close.
Now, as far as that coach, his intentions on talking to, like, when you release your kids to this coach, you know that he's going to talk to your kids. He's going to be very stern. He's going to be strong. He's going to do all those things. But you weren't thinking that he was intending on talking to your child the way he did. His intentions on that moment was to talk to him like that, was to demean him, was to degrade him.
I don't think that's the case. I think it was a
The
case to let
words
him
came
know
out. He didn't
reality.
dance around the words.
To me, that was a reality check.
Okay.
You think you this? Now I'm gonna show you. You think you the big bad wolf? I'm gonna show you what a big bad wolf look like, and I want to see how you react to it. That's what I got from that.
Okay.
I didn't get. Granted, I hear what you're saying as far as like there was a couple of things that he said in there that were disrespectful that were warranted for an apology. The overall
He-
action, I didn't have a
How do you
problem
feel
with.
about the apology? How do you feel about the apology?
I feel like the apology, the public one, was because
Yes,
of the
correct.
backlash.
I do believe he degraded him.
Yeah, the public
Because I
apology
don't
was
think he,
because of the.
I don't feel like he felt he should have apologized because I feel like that's not the first time that he's done it. So
Yeah, not
yeah,
facts.
so I don't think
Maybe
it
he
was
took it too
authentic.
far as far as like I
He
can't
called
even.
that man a pussy. Like he called that young man a pussy, all type of shit.
My coach called me a pussy
And
before.
he told him he gonna
That shit
cave
is
his
wild.
chest in.
My
First of
my
all,
coach my
that's
coach
one
is
of my
literally
trigger words.
my coach is literally like my coach's favorite terminology back in the day was like if you feeling froggy nigga leave. That was his terminology for
First of all,
everything. If he tell you to run a
somebody
play and
telling
you
you
sitting
that
over
they're
there
gonna
Can I
puffing
say
cave
and
this?
your
puffing,
chest
wait,
in,
hold up. You run a play and you get to play wrong and he
baby,
start barking on you and you doing all this like he'll tell you feeling froggy nigga leap. Straight jacket. You feeling froggy leap.
Can I say this?
So now
Mm-hmm.
with that, me being mad and quote unquote thinking I'm tough, and him telling me if I feel froggy leap, that's putting me back in my place as a teammate
No,
and as a
child.
person.
No, as a child.
As a teammate and as a person, that's putting me back in my place because he's giving me ample opportunity that if I want to get busy with him, he right here.
That's like your parents saying that shit, and you know you never gonna do it, simply because
I
you
did it.
respect.
You just said I got laid out by my
You
pops.
respect, because at some point you felt like you.
I felt froggy, so I
and what
leaped.
the fuck happened when
I
you did
leaped
it?
in the
You
wrong
got laid the
direction
fuck
though.
out.
I leaped in the wrong direction and got my
You're
ass laid out by
wilding.
my pops. It is what it is.
You leaped and almost leaped to fucking Jesus.
Listen, I yeah,
I
my pops did what he was
didn't
supposed to
want
do
to
as
get
a
a
father and set me straight. But at the end of the day, I leaped. I leaped.
Because in that moment, let's talk about it. You did not have any respect for him. You respected your father, but in that moment, you didn't have no respect for him. They didn't stop you from being a gangster. But all the times that he said it and you didn't do it, you just had enough respect for him not to do so. That's what gangsters do. They have enough respect not to do certain things in front of certain people or to certain people from out of mere respect. And in that moment, you did not respect him due to the circumstances. So in this situation, if that young boy would have
Because when
leaped
your kid
and
jumps,
bucked
you
that
gotta
coach
halfway
up,
kill him.
Letter, you
You
gotta
gotta
read the
have your
comments. There's a
kid
lot of
jumps in your
comments coming
face,
through.
you gotta kill him.
There's a lot of comments coming through, and I
Ain't
want
no
to
way
answer
in
some of
hell.
these.
Your kid jumps in your face, you have to halfway kill them.
When I
because
told you
at that
shit,
point, because mind you, at that point, your child has stopped respecting you. Your
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
child
they think it's
has
sweet.
stopped
I wish mine
respecting you.
would. Baby,
That's
you
a
gonna
fact.
meet Jesus today,
Because
homie.
and just like if you was a coach and you're talking to your players and they jump in your face, they no longer respect you for the person that you are. You are the authoritative figure in their life. You are there to help them do
You
whatever they
gotta
was trying
grab
to
a neck
achieve.
or
They no
something
longer
and choke
respect you.
slam. I'm not playing with a
That man
kid that
still
I pushed out
respected him.
jumping in my face.
But I can still, mind you, that young man can still bang with the best of them outside of this fucking field.
I guarantee he's not.
But you don't know that. But he had enough respect for his coach not to show that side of him. You don't know that. Why are you talking to people like that? You
That
could have
was
talked to that
set
young man a whole
like
other way.
I think that just what was breaking down and me reading the comments and hearing my man Ricky in the background and me talking. I think it's a woman perspective and a male perspective. A male perspective is not seeing anything really wrong with what
Yeah.
happened. Some of the words might have been wrong, but the overall situation, most men do not see anything wrong with that. Women, nurturers, moms, things like that. I get why y'all may see something wrong with that, but us being as men, not little boys, not fuck holes, not whatever fuck niggas, men. We understand what the coach was trying to do. We do. We understand what
Embarrass
the coach was
him.
trying to do. No, women are taking it as he was trying to embarrass him. Men is taking it as he was checking him.
So here's my thing, right? So here's my question.
That's one of those things where I'd rather beat your ass now and before the cops do type situation.
yeah.
Real
Yeah.
shit.
So here's the thing, right?
Only because I heard a black man say that to a black boy
We
before.
don't
I'm
have
laughing.
we don't have the details of the entire
I beat
situation.
his ass from
But
the
the
top
young
came.
man, but the young man that recorded it, like, I wish we were able to have a conversation with, like, what made you record it today? Like, what transpired to make you feel like this was the moment to record?
It's probably the first
He
time the coach ever
motherfucking
really
tired.
told him to get
He's
up.
tired of that coach yelling.
What
That coach
probably
is not.
happened was
That's
this is
not
probably
that
the
coach
first
first
time that
time.
the coach told him to get up. Like, really, if you really feel like you that, get up. Let's get to it. I think that's what made him record. Because the coach said, you think you bad, get up. You think you bad, you think you gangster. He gave him the opportunity. Like I said, if you feeling froggy, leap. He just didn't use that terminology. You think you bad? You this big, rough and tough nigga? Get up. Do it with me. Because best believe if your ass get locked up, there's going to be 1 million niggas in that jail my size that's going to talk to you the same way I'm talking to you right now. And you ain't going to be able to call your mama and tell her to come pick you up.
I'm not interested.
I'm just saying. Is Leto froze?
No, she's just stuck on the stupidity of the bullshit.
Nah, I think she
I think
froze.
she might be frozen.
Yeah. But
I
yo,
definitely froze. I'm experiencing a lot of. It's a lot of thunderstorms and shit on this side of town.
okay. But I think that's what was happening here, is that he was giving it to you before you get into a real situation that you ain't gonna know how to handle that.
I understand that. I absolutely understand. I just think his delivery was kind of brash and insensitive.
I think it was
But
real.
if he made his
Can we
point
say
and
that?
he saved the little black boy life, I'm all for it.
Can we say that? I think it was real because you've been outside and so have you and so have I. And we've heard people talk way more reckless than that and still be on some like what you want to do.
That's true.
I don't be outside.
But again, I think it's a lot to do with the coach being white and the little boy being black. I think that's the main.
That could be a trigger.
I think that's the main thing that's upsetting a lot of people. I don't care what color you are. Watch how you talk.
Honest, I did not see that man's color when that shit was transpiring.
Just heard the verbiage.
Because
you just heard.
Right, I had my headphones on when when it was all going on. I had my headphones on.
So you just heard the shit,
right? And I'm like on your Facebook, the videos just keep scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing my game, and the video was just scrolling, and that's when I heard the shit. So I went to the Facebook like, "Oh, what the fuck was this?"
Wow.
Now, Christopher Williams says something that was, and yes, I do know what this is because it's in football and basketball.
Yes, I know what Hell Week.
I don't know who Coach Prime is. Who's Coach Prime?
Deion Sanders. But
Deion Sanders.
There's something called Hell Week. Now, I don't know how many sports do it, but I know for a fact basketball and football definitely do it.
Dance did it too.
All right, you got something called
I never heard of Hell Week.
Hell Week is like the first, if not the first, maybe like the second week before the actual season starts, where they literally put you through the ringer. Like if you're used to doing 50 push-ups, you're doing 100 that day. If you're used to running 4 laps, you're doing 10 that day. If you're used to doing 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, you're doing 100 that day. And guess what? You got your coach right over you, screaming at you, telling you, if you get up, you're going to owe me more. If you stop, you're going to owe me more. If you don't do this,
I'm a
crybaby. Owe me more.
Don't be yelling in my face and shit.
See, look.
I'm sensitive.
But see, look. That's what sports is all about. All right, let's go. Let's go to the Army.
You know I'm a cry and I'm gonna tear some shit up.
Maggot. Do you know what a maggot is?
They
call you a fucking maggot.
Then you turn into a boot.
That's why I never joined the military. That's why I never joined the military. You ain't about to call me no shit eating nothing.
But why is it that the Army talks to you like that? Why do they make it their business to talk to you like that?
Because you gotta be crazy to get in and crazy to get out.
No, because they're trying to build you up to something in order for you to be quote unquote really manly. They want you to be a certain type of way. Even like with jails.
They want you to be psycho enough to go kill people. That's why people come out of the military fucked up.
Check it. I did an interview with an artist. You know what I'm saying? Salute to oh man, I forgot his name. That S-Drop. And there was a segment in the interview that I did with him where he said that he was a part of this thing called the shock program. When he went to prison, it was
that's in prison.
Now the
that's the prison one.
Yeah, right. So now the shock program, they're yelling at you, they're screaming at, they literally want you to lose your
It's like
cool.
boot camp. It's
Yeah,
like boot camp.
they're trying to get you on a path where certain things will not phase you. Like we all say it all day. Young men nowadays in society are ultra sensitive. Ultra sensitive. Every
You
little
try to
thing you
hold on
say
to
can
it.
turn into a shootout. You know what I'm saying? Where,
That's true.
excuse me, the shock program and things like it are those things that's gonna build up your quote unquote mental to not go off the deep end when certain things don't go your way or you hear certain things. And it's also
Anger
preparing you
management.
for what it is that's in store for you. Like the shock program, for instance, if you getting yelled at by your shock program coach and things like that, he's yelling at you all day. All day.
I don't
So
know
when you go back
nobody
to
in
that
the shock
prison,
program that came out and didn't go back. The shock program is a way to get out of jail in 6 months.
and you say he never went back.
No,
You
she
gonna
said that
comply.
she's saying that she's never met somebody who's gone to the shock program and
And when
hasn't gone back. Like they've gone back.
I beg to differ
That's
because I know
just
a
six
couple of people.
months. A lot of them take that shock program
So they can get
to
out
shorten
early.
their time. They get out of jail sooner. I don't want to be in jail. You can call me whatever the fuck you want to call me.
Let me ask you a question.
Just don't call me late for my release date.
You said they went back. I know some people that went to the shock program that never went back. Let me ask you this. How was their mannerisms when they went in versus when they came out?
They came out. They went in
Yes.
wild, and they came out built up and wild.
Push.
Now you just got a little muscle on you. Now you out here acting
Right
like
now they got
somebody.
more
Lefty said
muscle
she
and they
grew
hit a little bit
she grew up on
harder.
Webster. Them niggas over there is retarded.
But
But
here's the thing.
Hey, retarded. Everybody in the
See how you
Bronx is
saying?
retarded.
But you seeing how you saying like the
I ain't even
military?
doing
whoa,
this.
sir.
I said Jay's biological father. He's a
Retarded.
Queens. He's a Queens nigga. So we
Retarded.
gonna really talk like
Retarded. It
But
ain't
here's the
Brooklyn
thing.
niggas, so therefore
Wait,
if
what?
you don't get away.
He said Brooklyn niggas is craziest. But
Let's
anyway.
let's not discuss it.
Well, I'm saying
They
is
But
this.
here's
pretty
what I was
All
good.
about
right,
to
no, I'm
say.
sorry. Go ahead.
that baby never
That
tested me. That's it.
like you do you believe that the concept of screaming, yelling, is the only way to handle that?
Nah,
Because
it's not the only way.
there are people who are moving through life never having that type of trauma put on them where they can get yelled at and that shit don't even face them much because they've never had it in their life. Like those,
Oh
let's for
no,
instance,
my
like
father screamed at me.
I don't
It
want to
was
call them snake
traumatic.
eaters, but a lot
Right.
of those like the Rastafarians and shit like that, they don't
West
they moves is
Indians,
not like that.
yo,
A lot of them
Screaming,
do not pay that shit
screaming
no
fucks up
mind.
your nervous
The
system. You can't.
Rastafarian parents are the strictest parents on the planet Earth.
I said
yep.
strict. I didn't say anything about screaming and yelling at somebody.
Them
Being
motherfuckers
strict,
to tell you straight, Jack, I'll box your face if you don't go to your room right now. Your blood clot. That's not. That's a
Not the
motherfucker
blood
telling you
clot.
to your face. I'll box your
Not the
face.
blood clot. Not the blood
But
clot.
think of all right. So now, if we had a coach that was Jamaican and he was talking all that, he said, "Your bum, I box your face, your blood clot, pussy." Like, y'all okay with that?
no.
Yo, I
Y'all
can't
okay
even
with that?
take him seriously throwing that accent on. All right.
But are y'all okay with that?
No.
No, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. First of all,
You rather have a Spanish guy ask you the question. You play, papi. You don't
first
want
of
to play,
all,
don't
you
play.
know,
Let's
with
see.
therapy, I'm big on delivery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm big on tone. I'm big on
What did you tell me
talk to
before,
me.
sis? What you told me
Don't
before,
talk at me.
sis? What you told me before?
I
You
tell
said
you a lot
niggas,
of shit.
niggas only respect what?
But that's what I said that at the top of the thing when we first started talking about it. I said that white man is perpetuating the narrative that black kids only respect violence. That's what I got from it.
Okay.
Because why do you feel you have to be aggressive with this black child?
Like put it
And
this
everybody in the
Christopher's
room
putting
was
a lot of stuff
calm.
in his comments.
Everybody in
Yeah,
the
I'm
room was
listening.
calm. So what did
I
he
grew up with
do?
Chris.
I want to know what he did to warrant that kind of tone and that kind of treatment and that kind of aggression.
Let me tell
And
you
it
this.
better not have been because he missed a layup
Let me tell you this.
or whatever the fuck, a touchdown,
For
whatever
what?
team he was on.
I had an argument. Not really an argument, but I had a very angry conversation with our son one day.
Mm-hmm.
I was screaming and yelling. That nigga dead ass wasn't paying me no mind. The moment that I calmed myself and I said what I had to say, and mind you, he was dead ass in the wrong. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know that boy was in there crying.
Because you was mama.
No.
I'm telling you, that's what it was. Because you was mama.
You know what?
How many
I don't
times?
even know why I waste my fucking energy. Forget
No,
it.
what I mean
I'm
by
over it. I'm over it.
you emotionally checked him by talking calmly and you being his mother and him looking at you as
That's
his
dumb
mother
as
and his
fuck.
nurture. You say it all the time. Why
Because
is it that
really,
the
all you
kids?
gotta say as a mom to your kid is that I'm disappointed in you. Those is the
Yeah,
finished
Fuck
word.
out of there. No,
right.
you don't. You don't
That
see
that
more
kind
than
of
that.
if a kid really loves his mother and appreciates his mother opinion, yeah, that can literally send him off into a
Shatter,
No
shallow
way.
area.
shatters,
Like for me,
shatters.
and you said this before, like my kids, like when she say something, no disrespect to her, but we go into this argument. When she say something, she'll necessarily might have to say it twice or three times. I'll be like, yo, get the fuck up and
That's
do what
because
the
you're
fuck
a
your mother
guy.
said.
Your voices are deeper. That's what they respond to.
The
The
voice,
the
all
the
right,
bass
And
in
I
your
figured,
voice.
mind you, and I figured that out when you explained to me about you and Jeremiah. It's
Yeah.
literally the decimal tone.
me and Jerem, okay.
No, Leto and Jeremiah,
Oh
like
yeah.
why he wasn't listening to her, and she said that it was the doctor who explained to her that it was about the tone of her voice, like literally the decimals in her voice. She does not have enough bass in her voice, and he dead ass do not hear her. He don't hear
But
her.
if his uncle calls him,
Mhm.
he responds immediately. If a male calls him, he'll respond immediately. Me, I be screaming at the top of my lungs. He
Has
won't
your
come.
has your his your brothers or his uncles or whatever, have they ever G checked him?
Well, yeah. You
They
know,
have?
Jay. Every once and again, you gotta place him. You gotta put him in his place because he get out of line. He
But
be
do you
forgetting
feel like
sometimes.
do you feel like those G check-ins helped him like further in his life?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's what
Shit,
I'm saying.
recently, last year, my father had to do it. So
But
like
that's what
my
I'm
father, like that
your father nine times
he
out of ten
checked him
probably
from
shaped your father nine
and
times out
from
of
a
ten saved him
phone.
from
That's
doing
how I
some
knew it
dumb
was
shit,
real. The
right?
nigga checked him on the phone.
But he
He
saved
checked
him
him
from
on
doing
the
some dumb
phone.
shit, right?
Yeah. Jay was
All
wilding.
right. So that's what I'm getting at. This coach probably saved him from doing something dumb.
I think
Like
it
for
still
me,
could have been done by pulling him to the side and letting him know how disappointed
Oh,
he
about to
was in
end.
him and how
yeah,
he
but
was
that
about to
soft
ruin
shit
his
don't
life.
work all the time because let's be clear. My
And what
father,
if this don't work?
I'm, I'm
Just because he was
Those
sitting
shit
there
don't
on
work at
that
all with
fucking
these
the
kids
very
now.
next day, that don't mean that this
It
will not still shape the rest of his life.
not you right.
Like that's what I'm
That's why the
saying.
show is called My So Crooked Opinion. Right now, everything that we're saying, I'm not saying
goes
you're wrong.
I
and
I'm
it's
not
gonna
saying you're
appreciate
wrong.
it's gonna
that.
We just
shape
giving
his life
opinions.
even more because it went fucking viral. So he's gonna walk around feeling like he gotta defend everything that
Well,
he does now.
that's his teammate fault for putting that in. The coach didn't record that
But
shit. His teammate did it.
nonetheless, don't have a conversation with me. You got to figure like if you having a conversation with somebody, if somebody walking past heard it, or if this somehow leaks someplace, how would both parties look? You see, my man went and started apologizing immediately. There's nothing that this little
Because it
black boy
went
can
viral.
do.
I
Because here's
guarantee
my
you,
thing,
Right.
he
no,
wouldn't
It's
no, no.
nothing
apologize
this
for
little
that.
black boy is
Here,
gonna be able to do because people gonna feel like they could play with him.
And mind you, he
if you
didn't get in trouble. He put himself on suspension. The school didn't do it.
how cute. That's fucking
The
cute.
school didn't do it.
Boy,
That's
bye.
cute.
You know we not playing
You
dumb. You
fucking
know
kidding me?
why.
You said wait,
You
so
know
he
why
put
he did
himself on
that.
suspension with pay. Fuck you. You fucking kidding me? Oh, I'm
And I
gonna
didn't
sit
even watch the
down
whole
and
apology.
let somebody
I
else
seen
work
where it
for a
was
couple
going
fucking
and I
days.
clicked off. I'm not interested in an apology. I
Are
don't
you
want to see
fucking
it because
kidding me?
it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
I think this is coming from and I'm not trying
No,
to
it's coming
sound
from
sexist,
respect
but it
though.
sounds like it's
Fuck
coming
out of
from
here. It's
a
coming from a
mother
respect
slash
level.
womanly expression.
It's coming from
Men
a
don't
respect
have
Facts.
an
level.
issue with that.
It's coming
Men
from a
don't have an
respect
issue
level.
with that. And this is why most of the time when practices go on, y'all may not want to like we don't do it, but there's a lot of practices where the moms are not invited.
You cannot invite me to something that I'm fucking my kids in. What you talking about?
Let me
No,
tell you something. When Jay did
they
football,
are
when Jay
closed
did
practices.
basketball, I politely
You better
declined
see
because I know
everybody, not
me.
just the fucking babies. You
I
fucking
don't want to see none of
selfish.
that shit.
Like for instance, a child on a football team can get hit, right? I'm talking about plummeled, pop, bah, whole lot. The father gonna be like this on the side, like, yo, get up, shake that shit up, yo, come on. A mom gonna be like, oh my god, my baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut you every time.
It's gonna be a
Y'all be getting out of
situation.
there, huh?
But do you see the difference? A father can see his son literally. They could have brung the stretcher out. Yo, shake that shit off, son. You gonna be all right?
Yeah, that's because you trying to be
Shake that shit
gangster in front
off.
of everybody, nigga.
A
You not
mother,
outside.
A mother, she's already calling the surgeon.
Ay, Dios
Full
mío.
of shit.
Huh?
Yeah, men are sometimes
This
be
is
so
dope.
full of shit because you see how you doing all that, and that father right there, even though he putting on that fucking, all right, son, get on up, all right, you gonna be all right. When you got to the car, you racing down the fucking highway to get to that hospital because my baby is hurt. Nothing wrong. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
niggas is showing y'all ass in front of these folks, but you in the car
That's a
with your
fact.
baby,
Cause your
stressing the
kid
fuck
get
out.
hurt,
I mean,
your
we trying to
kid
make
get
sure the
hurt, you're
nigga
gonna
ain't
be the
dying.
first one
We
crying.
trying to
Right,
make sure he ain't dying. But once the
You're gonna
doctor
be the
tell us he's
first one
okay,
crying.
That's not what I'm saying.
like
What I'm
even with a
saying
cast on, like I don't like when I had my cast, my father used to kick my cast. Like, you gonna be all right. Like,
That's
used to
called
kick
child
that
abuse,
motherfucker.
sir.
Like,
What I'm
That's not
saying
okay.
is, in the
That's
midst
called
of
child
the
abuse.
incident, yes, you are trying to display this masculine, like, all right, son, you're gonna be okay. But as your spouse, I know you are fucked up inside. Oh my God, my baby boy is hurt. Knock it
my
the
baby
fuck
boy is
off.
hurt, yes, but he gonna be all right though.
Yeah,
He gonna be all right though.
yeah, okay. And I know this is why women have such a hard time with men, because y'all want to sit here and keep displaying that. And when we have that moment alone or conversations come up later on, you tell us how you really felt about that incident. And we sitting here like dumbass. We knew that.
Nah, you can say, yo, that
We
was
knew
fucked.
you
Yo, that was
fucking
fucked up,
talking
nigga.
inside.
Nigga popped the shit out of my son. Damn, I thought my son was out of here. That shit kind of scared me a little bit. Like, I can say that to you, but in the midst of it, this is not about my feelings. This is about me building my son up. Because if I was to
Nigga,
take
he
the
out
woman,
cold. He
listen,
can't hear you.
if I was to take the quote unquote female approach, every time he fall, every time he bump his shoulder or something, he's gonna become a whiny little fucking baby. I don't want
Oh
that for
my
my
god.
son. Your son, shake that. Think about it. You said it yourself. Dylan could get hurt, and I'm using my son for example. Dylan could get hurt when I'm not there, whine, cry, oh, this hurt, da da da. When I'm there, none of that shit. None of that shit. He'll look at me, I'll look at him. You good? Yeah, I'm good, Pop. All right, cool. Good. Go about your business. But with mommy, that's just, and I'm not trying to disrespect you, but with mommy is like, mommy, look, I'm
And
hurt.
what's my response?
Now it is. Before it
No.
wasn't.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Remember, we had this argument at the beginning
I
of
said
Dylan being
my
going outside.
response.
At you said that you was gonna check. I don't even check on him. Yo, you broke? You broke something? You bleeding? If you ain't bleeding, get the fuck out of my face. All right,
Oh
you
my.
fell. Get up. That's preparing him for life. Cause guess what? My son is not gonna be weak out here.
I'm sorry that I want to always be our children's support system. But
Nah, there's nothing wrong with that, and I want to make that
clearly
clear.
it is.
There's nothing wrong with that. There are parents.
This
There
is
are
why we
at least in my
have
case, there's
emotionally
parent roles.
stifled
I'm the stern
grown
parent.
men who weren't allowed to show emotion or show pain when they were children.
Here we
The
go with
fuck
this.
out of here.
All right, now you got niggas out here showing emotion and pain, and guess what? Look at the quality of niggas out here.
This is why you men are
No.
emotionally
We are
retarded.
all right, and right now women are displaying.
Wait, real quick.
Women are displaying.
Be my baby
Hold
boy
on.
on the field. What you talking
Women
about?
are displaying. You said that back then we didn't get this, right? We didn't get this, that, and the third.
Right.
Now you saying that they are getting this, that, and the third. Look at the quality of men now versus back then.
I don't know them niggas.
What are you? What point are you trying to make?
Look at the quality of men
You
from
still
that are
emotionally
being
unstable.
brought up now.
Soft ass
Let's say
They're not
teenagers.
soft.
Let's say teenagers in
I
early
am
20s.
talking.
Let's
You
say
run
that.
them over?
Teenagers in early 20s. Let's say that. Anybody born prior to 91. Let's say that.
They are emotionally immature.
Them niggas is bitches. Like straight sissified. They don't know how to fight. They don't know how to handle their emotions. All they want to do is shoot shit up. A motherfucker motherfucker step on
Because
your shoe,
that's
you ready to kill
displaced
him.
and misplaced anger. They were not allowed to show emotions. They were not allowed to
Man,
say,
I come from the era that if we got an issue, we got to handle it as men. I'm not grabbing my gun. We gonna fight or we gonna
because men
talk.
don't have
One or the
feelings.
other.
What
We
y'all
gonna fight
have
or we
is a
gonna
bunch of
talk.
robots out here now. You have a bunch of fucking cyborgs out here with weapons using violence to express their
Guns wasn't
feelings.
around in the 80s. Guns
You have a
wasn't
bunch
around in
of
the 70s.
cyborgs. You have a bunch of
You mean
cyborgs.
after 91, not prior.
Yeah, after. Excuse me. But I'm asking you, did they just start making guns?
I didn't say that.
No, I'm getting to something.
No.
Did they just start making guns?
I didn't say that. They have